Alright, welcome back everybody. Here we are trying to get this camera set right. There we go. Back with beer reviews with Kyle. Second one of the day. Finish off the Rogue Hazelnut beer. Solid beverage. A little more hazelnut. Going local here. Going local. A great local outfitter. This is the Braxton Brewing Company. They're located in Covington, Kentucky. Just down the river. Across the river, I should say. A few miles into the Bluegrass State. This is their Dead Blow Tropical Stout, and this is a really, really good beer. This is my favorite Braxton brew. Checks in at 7.2% alcohol by volume, so a little spiked. 7.2. This is my favorite Braxton brew, one of their top selling. It says, in the Midwest, there are certain things you can count on. 80 pounds of massacrated dates made its way into Dead Blow. They are partnered with a dry English yeast to provide a vibrant tropical aroma. A slight amount of fruity esters. This beer is dry, roasty, fruity, full-bodied, smooth stout that is lighter on bitterness. We call this deep tropical stout Dead Blow to remind ourselves that hardness and goodness sometimes go together. Braxton's has a few good beers. Yeah, the Grater's ice cream beers are cool. The new one's really good. But cool, they got the collab. They are quickly growing into one of the more bigger and also just more sought-after breweries in Cincinnati, tri-state area. Not quite on Manfred Rheingeist's level yet, but, the unfortunate closure of Blank Slate and Rivertown struggling. Braxton could be third or fourth right now. Listerman, I'd probably say was 3, but Braxton's fourth or fifth, 50 West right there as well. But this is a good beer. $2 for a single can of this. Not bad. 7% ABV. So you guess I'm going to pay $3. I do have a Braxton glass, but since this is a stout, I'm going to go with the old L-Tech glasses. Now, I like drinking beers out of a snifter. This is that snifter glass from the L-Tech. I like drinking beers out of a snifter. I had the Mad Tree last night in the snifter. And I don't know, doing reviews, I just get, I don't know, it just seems like, the taste is the same, but it seems like to me, I just kind of like doing them out of a snifter. I don't know why. Especially stouts. Stouts is a big snifter pour. There's a little bit of that aroma. The nose there on that one, wow. But this is a nice beer. Never had it out of a can or reviewed. In fact, I haven't had really a lot of Braxton beers out of cans. I think I had the blown gasket, the porter perhaps, but not a lot with this. You talk about it. Braxton guys really work hard to their craft. They're just a bunch of blue collar guys that started a brewery. They're really big on labor and intensifying work, and I think they're really dedicated to the craft. And we talked to one of the brewers that had a pint night, and they really are big on hard work and crafting perfection and innovating new ideas. There's a bunch of cool guys down there. So let's go ahead and get a quick aroma and a quick taste. Getting ready to go to the Miami UC football game here. Good tropical malts. I tell you, a deep chocolate malt in this. Man. Let's say cheers to Braxton. These guys are really cool. They put a lot of hard love and sweat in each and every barrel they produce. Cheers to Braxton, and cheers to Saturday, and feeling good. Fairfield, Michigan victories, and life is good. Here we go. Very good. This is a unique stout too because they do have a little bit of tropical. This is really good. And I tell you what, the chocolate malts in this. What's it say on here? It's definitely roasty. Yeah, I really like the malts in this. The chocolate malts, the backbone. This is a killer beer. My favorite Braxton beer. I've said this. I do like a lot of. I do like the new ice cream beer a lot, but this is really good. You see the Braxton logo there. Very good beer here. So, one more sip of it here. I'm going to sip on it before I head out to the big football game up at the Yager Stadium. Back-to-back weeks watching Gus Ragland and the Hawks. Let's get a little sip on it here. That's just a well-crafted beer. Man. 7.2, that is easy drinking. Man, oh man, delicious. the malt backbone, the finish on this, it's just a good stout. I mean, I'm not saying this is the beer you have to run out and get, like, oh my god, one of the best beers you'll ever drink. But I think if you just want a good, solid, just good stout to sip on, this would be your beer. I love it. And this is, you know, good job for Braxton because, you know, like I said, a lot of local breweries have had consistency issues. Not the case with this. I had this in a tap months ago, maybe last year, and it's the same flavor. You know, we're not lacking any of the build, the body, and the yeast on this. So I would say great job. Cheers, Braxton. This is killer. And that's gonna do it for here. But life's too short again, as we say. We must be happy and have fun, and if able, to drink some good Braxton beer. This is good if you're in the area. And also try their new collab, the Blueberry Pie Graders Ice Cream. That is wonderful as well. I'm going to eventually get a review on that, hopefully within the coming weeks before that is gone. So my beer review number 97 here. 97. Started doing this in June, so 100 beer. Yeah, I'm actually guys with thousands of beer reviews. I'm going to get into that, but because I'm not going to do this interview twice. I know my great, shouldn't say my great thing, but the guy that I look at, Dave, who I actually mentored trying to do this, he has a lot of beers he's reviewed 4 or 5 times. Now, seasonals, I put the year after it. Of course, this is not, meaning for me, seasonals would just be Christmas ales, Oktoberfest, and pumpkin beers, clearly. I don't, this I'm not, you know, I'm not going to, once I drink this beer, I'll drink it again. I mean, no doubt about that, my friends, but I'm not going to continue to review beers more than once unless it's a seasonal that year. So that's my whole theme. Definitely would drink everything if I like it, try everything once, continue, but I want to get as many reviews out there as I can. Again, not for personal accolades, not for hype or fame or anything like that, just something I want to do, and just there's so much out there. I think it's unique and just cool to try everything you can and try every brewery you can. So, again, there's so much out there. There are the breweries that do not can or bottle stuff. Hundreds of breweries, and that's going to be the issue. You know, I know there's probably 15 breweries here that have popped up in the past 2 weeks here in Cincinnati that I'm not going to get to try. You know, and I'm going to a brewery up in Michigan next week that's not going to can or bottle stuff here. So it's really tough. That's why everything that's bottled in a can I try to get my hands on, because so many brewers don't bottle or can stuff. I had a guy yesterday at Jungle Jam said, "Oh, you tried every beer," and I laughed at him and said, "Wow." And you know, I love that he said, and I am into craft beer. I love him because he's like, "Man, you're the beer guru," and I'm like, "Well, thank you, but not really. I have not tried 1/100th of what's out there." You know, I get beer people looking at me. It's so polar opposite. You know, I get beer people looking up to me like that guy last night saying, you've done it all and you're the great beer whiz. And then I look at some other friends of mine that have tried 5 times as much stuff as me. So I'm in the middle of the spectrum at best. Probably not even, I'm probably towards the bottom of the end of the craft beer drinking. Shit. But I gotta get going here. Big Mike's in the house. Big Mike is in the house. But yeah, go Hawks tonight, and we'll see you guys here soon. Cheers.